You hear all the noise of all these different launch strategies that you should use. You got webinars, masterclasses, live events, live virtual events. You've got challenges. You've got many different options for you to choose from. Which launch strategy should you use and which one's gonna work the best? Hey, my name's Jesse Eker, and today I'm talking about the launch strategies. How do you launch your product into the market or continue to launch your product into the market so that you can get results of getting sales of new customers or new clients coming in? Here's the deal. The market is flooded with people who say, this is the thing that works. This is the thing that you should do. This is the only way that works. Now, let me tell you with this. Confidence and truth and honesty is that with over 11 years in this business now, doing close to over $40 million in product sales, we've done them all. We've done webinars, we've done video sales letters, we've done product launch formula, we've done live events, we've done virtual live events. Let me tell you this, they all work. There's not one works better than the other. It's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it that makes the difference. So you don't have to stress about which launch strategy works. You just need to do the fundamentals of what's the most important thing to have a successful launch. And we're gonna go back to the foundation here of what makes a successful launch. See, let's talk about it in a metaphor like a car, okay? So imagine we got this sweet car like a Ferrari, all right? And the Ferrari is like an F1 Ferrari. It's like for racing, whatever it is. It's a supercar. And so you go to this Ferrari and you open up the hood and there's no engine. Is the car gonna work? No, of course not. The car's not gonna work because there's no engine. How is it supposed to go, right? Or let's say you go and you open up the hood and it's a really small engine or a different engine than what it should be. Well, I want you to think about the car is the launch strategy. The principles that I'm about to share with you is the engine. Without the right principles that work, you're gonna have either no engine or a smaller engine that's not gonna get the results that you want. So launch strategy doesn't really matter. It's the body that fits onto the engine. I could put an engine in any car that's like amazing and it's automatically gonna make it go better, right? So when it comes down to it, we wanna make sure that our engine has the right ingredients for it to work the way that we want it to work. Like the F1 Ferrari, right? We want to go fast. We want to get those results. We want to beat everyone. So how do you make sure you have the right engine? Well, think about it like this. Number one is we got to think about three major parts here, okay? So the three major parts are, number one, we have to know who the launch is for. This is the biggest mistake I see over and over again. It's a mistake we've made, it's a mistake everyone is making that's not doing as well as they want, okay? Number one, you don't know the who or you haven't committed to the who. You are dabbling with multiple different people and you're not committing to one person because you don't want to chop off your arm. I get it. You don't want to lose sales. At the same time, you're losing sales. It's a paradox. You don't want to lose sales, but you're losing sales by doing this. Why? Because people want to be understood, they want to be talked to, they want to be someone who gets them and relates to them. And if you're talking to too many people, well, guess what? It's impossible to relate to people. So, you know, me and someone else are going to have very different pains and struggles and frustrations, right? And you can't talk to both of us at the same time because it's not going to be relatable to us. So, number one is you have to get clear on the who. Who is this launch for? Who do you want to specialize in? Who do you want to commit to? This isn't a permanent thing. This isn't forever thing. This is a right now thing. Like, let's focus on this for the next 90 days to 120 days, all right? And a whole lifetime of your business, it's a very small little chunk of it. It will give you so much experience and it'll also let you know if you're on the right track or not. So who is really important? The next thing that you need to have or your launch will not succeed at whatever strategy you're using is you need to have a no-brainer offer. Like, you need someone to say, heck yeah, I'm in. Recently, we just did a virtual event where we put 96 people onto a call. 96 people were on a call. That's a lot of calls, right? And we did that because we really made an irresistible offer. Like, it was like, let's go. And people were like, and our calendars were booked solid, right? And so the irresistible offer needs to be something extremely desirable for your who. That's why you need to know who first, because the who helps you create what we call the what. The what is really the problem they have, and you're creating the solution for that what. So understanding the who, understanding the what you're going to give them, and make it freaking amazing, irresistible. If they're that market, they are saying yes unless there's some situation or real problem or real something going on that's they're saying no. So that's the two. The third one is you need to nail your messaging. So without the who and without the what, you cannot create your messaging. Your messaging is what crafts a compelling message to bring the who to your what. Let me say that one more time. The message is what kind of bridges that gap that brings the who to the what, right? Who your market is to what you're offering. Without a clear, concise, simple, an attractive and compelling message, doesn't have to be creative, but needs to be compelling, you will not succeed in any launch that you do, right? People always ask me, like, how do I reach this person? It's your message. How do you reach this person? It's your message. Everywhere, everybody is everywhere, right? From high-level CEOs to people who are just barely making it by, they're everywhere online. When you know where they are, like the general consensus of where they are, your messaging is what attracts them. And it attracts them to you, attracts them to your product, attracts them to your solution, attracts them to your service, okay? So those are the three major principles for actually having a successful strategy in place. If you don't have those three things, you will not have a successful strategy no matter what. Okay, you can try a live virtual event, you can try these challenges, you can try a webinar, you can try all these masterclasses, you could try it all. And I'm sure many people have, but you will not see the success that you want, or small success, if you don't have those three things nailed. Now, when we go to optimize what we're doing, we're looking at the who, we're looking at the what, and we're looking at the message. We're not looking at, oh my God, is it the strategy? We're not really looking at that. There is some factors that come into play with market sophistication and where things are going, okay? So you obviously want to keep that in mind. You want to keep like what you're doing in mind. But the biggest difference between those who are succeeding and those who aren't are simply you're not doing what you are doing enough times. So people who try the webinar once and then go to the challenge next, and then go to an event next, and then go to direct selling or sales strategy calls, or from one thing to the next, and they try everything, but they tried 5 different things, but they tried only once of each thing, your chances of success are extremely limited, because you don't learn from only doing something once. You learn from doing it over and over and over and over again. Think about the people who are succeeding at the highest level. Think about them. Are they just going and creating brand new strategies every single time? Think about Apple. Every time Apple has a new announcement, what do? They do this conference of a launch strategy. Now, they make refinements, they make improvements. I'll talk about my dad, T. Harv Eker. Event. He's had this event for 20 freaking years. Tony Robbins, same event. They're not changing their strategy. Now, they might change some of the tactics that they're using to get people to the strategy, the marketing and sales strategy. They still use the same strategy. So, I'm not saying you can't do different stuff, because we do. And you want to try, because different modalities for different people. But if you're not doing as well as you want, and you're not at 7 figures yet, you need to do one thing. One thing only. One thing only that you're really freaking good at. And the only way you can get good at doing something is if you immerse yourself, if you create repetition in what you're doing, and you get support from people who are doing it. So you gotta have those ingredients as you are moving along. Of course, you can do it yourself, but just don't be jumping from thing to thing. Coming from my own experience, I know, all right? Wasted a lot of money doing that. So focus on one thing, one strategy. Now, when you look at the different strategies, you want to say, does this suit my lifestyle? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this play to my strengths? Or is this something that I don't really jive with? For us, we teach people the virtual live event system, how to design, fill, monetize, and run a virtual event. And we teach people that event, right? Whether that's a 3, 5, or 7 day, we teach people how to put on free events so that you can give them results in advance, so you can create a transformation in their life, so that you can get a predictable sales sequence for yourself going, and you're not selling all year round. Because me personally, I don't want to be on the phones all year round. I don't mind being on the phones 6 times of the year, which, you know, now that we're at a higher level, I don't need to do that. I have other people doing that. But you don't want to necessarily make a decision on something that you don't want to do. So you want to make a decision based off what you truly want to do. Think it through. Is that what you want to do? On the same side, you want to make a decision based off the metrics that you have. So like if you want to write a book or do a book strategy, think about how many people you're going to have to get to that book strategy for you to then sell your coaching service to. You know, you might have to get to thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and that might feel really good and that might feel really complex to you. So maybe you want to do less people. So then pick a strategy that's more suitable for that. Anyways, the strategy is the body of the car. The engine is the principles of what makes it happen, and you are the driver that is consistent with making sure that you're focused in what you're doing. All right, what did you think about this video? Let me know in the comments below so we can start a conversation, because I love hearing from you. I appreciate you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube, because it really does help more people see it. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, just go ahead and click that subscribe button and you'll get weekly videos from myself on the greatest and latest and most amazing tactics and strategies and principles for growing an online brand. I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.